Uncle KJ and 7 single women. There wasn't just the 7 single women. There was a single elderly gentleman, a father with his son, and this was back many years ago, 1978 or 79, and it was a mission trip to Europe. Believe it or not, yes. No, I have not gone crazy. Let me fill you in the details, and you can decide. So we went down to Chicago, we took training, then we flew to London, England, and then we flew to Frankfurt, Germany, and 9 different countries in 3 weeks. And we did some evangelism work. Back to the 7 single women. Yes, there were 7 single women besides myself, and another single gentleman, an elderly gentleman, a father and his son. So there you go. Add up the numbers yourself. I'm not going to bother doing that for you. You're pretty smart. So the unique thing about this was that at one of the meals where we were staying, I believe it was in France, the elderly gentleman actually prayed that myself and the other single gentleman would get a partner for life, would get a spouse. Meanwhile, the 7 single women are all there around the table with the rest of us. They started to giggle, and I believe I probably did as well. This gentleman was very serious. That prayer has never been answered to this point. I did not get married. I've never been married. I am an uncle to grandnephew, 2 grandnephews, and a few nephews and a niece. And anybody that has a child, I basically am their uncle as well. By proxy, I guess you could say. So the 7 single women, yeah, so I had this little book that I actually wrote things down, what I was looking for in a woman, in a wife, which is kind of funny, in a kind of weird sort of way. Yeah, so I never did keep that book. I don't know what I did with it. Of course, now you don't do it with pen and paper, or maybe you still do. Anyway, so that was basically the story. There's not much else to it. So I don't know what else you expect me to say. So I'm just going to call that, I'm just calling quits on that one, because if I say too much, it's going to be like you got to fall asleep, or run away, or unsubscribe, which you wouldn't dare do with Uncle KJ, now would you? No, of course not, because it's such a great channel. Alright, there may be other stories like that forthcoming, but you're going to have to ask me, and if you don't tell me, I won't know.